Hi, I'm Janina, and this is Janinigans. So today I want to find out if I can bake some artisanal blueberry pie in this oven. If you've seen my other videos, you know that I have a real appreciation for vintage things, especially toys, and I'm on a sort of never-ending mission to collect all the toys that I never had growing up, one of those being the Easy Bake Oven. And I actually ended up buying the original Kenner Easy Bake Oven because I was really drawn to the shape of it. Most of it is just for looks. You can't actually use the oven on the side. The knobs turn, but it doesn't do anything. However, it has two of these light bulbs, just regular 100-watt bulbs, one on the top and one on the bottom, and basically you just take your tray and you slide it in the side here to bake whatever your heart desires. It came with a spoon and a little mixing bowl and 3 trays, one which I left in here. It's really hard to get out. That's one of the problems with this. Once it's hot, you don't really want to be digging your fingers in here. And because of how the slot is, it has to be evenly lined up to come out. So I think it's meant to actually come out of this side. It's got a nice little transition there. I don't know if I'm maybe missing one of the pieces. Really got that stuck. Maybe just by pushing one of the other trays. Take that and push it in. Haha. Now it's coming out the other side here. But then the other one's stuck. Okay. All right. I know that originally it came with a bunch of other accessories, but I got a really good price on this and it did not come complete. I recently made some pie crust and I saved all the scraps, so I have that left over. It'll be the perfect amount for this. Really excited, but I already see the first hurdle in this process. This opening is only big enough to fit the top of this tray. And a pie is gonna be bigger than just this. It's gonna have a little bit of a mound, which means I have to figure out how to get my pie in here. There's a lot of space in this oven, so I'm assuming it's because of safety that they did that, so that you're not too close to the bulb, but I'm gonna get close to the bulb. So I'm thinking if I open this compartment, I can pull that off and manually put my pie in the oven. Okay, so this does pull completely out. Here's what that looks like. But this tray that was in here appears to be the only shelf system, so we need that, which is fine. We can leave that in there. Oh, there's a little shelf in the back that's helping me out a little bit. So there's this, basically this shelf in the back is the only thing that's gonna be balancing the tray before I put the lid back in. Great. My friend gave me this adorable mini baking set, and it's absolutely perfect for this. Thank you, Splat. One of the things in it is actually a little tiny pie tray. I'm gonna measure this because I need to know how big to roll my pie crust, but also because I wanna know how long to cook it in there. It's so tiny. It's about 2.5 inches. Now I did run this before and it got to about 160 degrees, maybe 200. So I need to calculate how long I need to bake my miniature pie based on this setting. And I'm gonna use ChatGPT to help me because I don't feel like doing math right now. I normally bake my pie at 350 degrees for 30 to 40 minutes. But today I am making a mini pie that's only 2.5 inches in diameter. And I'm using my Easy Bake Oven to cook it. It has 2 100-watt bulbs on the top and bottom. How long do you recommend that I leave my pie in this oven? I measured the temperature to be about 160 degrees at its hottest point.
With the Easy Bake Oven running at about 160 degrees, the mini pie will need significantly more time compared to a regular oven. Since the temperature is much lower, I'd suggest checking the pie after 45 minutes to an hour.
I will do. If I burn it, it's all your fault.
Fair enough. Just call it caramelized and pretend it was intentional. Keep me updated. I'm ready to take the heat.
Got all of my ingredients for the pie. I'm gonna utilize a lot of these little tools that I have for this. Obviously the pie tin, and most importantly, the rolling pin. Before I roll out my pie, I need to make a little pie shield out of aluminum foil. I do this with my normal size pie. I just take the pie tin and flip it upside down, trace it with a pencil or a pen, and then cut that out. I've got my circle. Now I'm just gonna cut out the center part of it. So essentially it'll lay on top of my pie, just covering the crust, which is a little thicker and prone to get burnt, and we wanna make sure it cooks through all the way. The cut doesn't need to be perfect, and it's not going to be by the looks of it. Just something like this. And with that, we're ready to roll out the dough. Put some flour down. Normally, I would have this split up into 2 balls already, one for the bottom of the crust and one for the top, but since it's just the leftover, I just threw it all in one ball, so I'm gonna have to restructure it. I think I can probably get away with something like that. I'm gonna form it into a round piece here to give us a nice start. And now we roll. It's kind of pretty hard using. Just want to make sure it's uniformly thin. You can test the size by taking your pie tin, even a regular size, and putting it upside down, and it should just be able to have some overhang there that you can work with. So I'm pretty much where I want to be. Normally this would be a nice circle. You can see the thickness here. Beautiful. So then, flour down, take our rolling pin, line it up at the back, and you're gonna just roll the pie nice and gently onto the rolling pin. Take your tin, lift this up, and drop it in. Now I'm gonna just press down on the edges to make sure it's sitting nice and flat. Just gentle. Okay, feels pretty good. This is gonna go in the fridge for 15 minutes. So I'm gonna set that on here, but before I put it in the fridge, I'm gonna work on the top strips. And those will also go in the fridge. So these are the cracks you don't want. Less important for the top layer because we're gonna cut the strips out, so there's a little bit of forgiveness there. Got a little rotary cutter that we're gonna use to just eyeball that. So I think I can probably get my 5 strips out of this one, and then I'll do the rest of the 5 out of a new batch. There's one. Never made tiny food before. Normally I actually measure this, but it's such a small scale. I think that would be too frustrating. All right, I'm gonna pop these in the refrigerator for 15 to 30 minutes until they get a little firmer again. All right, ready to go. Before I start constructing this, I'm gonna go ahead and turn on my oven so that I can preheat a little bit. Look how cute it looks all lit up. So this is nice and firm again, standing up on its own. And I'm just gonna fill it with the pie filling, and then I'll put the lattice on top. Don't want to overfill it, as tempting as it is. Looks pretty good. And then let's see how many we can fit across here. Okay. I need to fold the edge of the crust underneath and then pinch it all around. tiny pie. That is a 1-bite gourmet pie. Last but not least, we gotta do our egg wash. And I like to do mine with the egg white only. Lift it up a little. And then just brush it on top. I don't have a little mini brush, unfortunately. I'll go ahead and put my pie shield on. It's a little short, but better than nothing. I need a little scooper. Maybe I'll put it on this tray. And that's a little easier to maneuver. Get my little silicone mittens. So the challenge is that this tray doesn't have anything to balance on without the front. It's got the back lip, and then the front lip is attached here. This is a horrible idea, I'm sure. Okay, that's kind of holding it up. Okay, here we go. I don't know if this extra tray is a good or a bad idea. Okay. And then we're gonna put this lid on. Ooh, something fell. But we're in. We're in. We did it. Okay. Set a 45-minute timer for my Easy Bake Oven. And did I get my spoon? I gotta get my spoon. Don't want that to melt. It's just a little plastic window. I think this might work. It has been 35 minutes and I can smell the pie. It's filling up the room with the delicious blueberry pie scent. It is really sizzling in there. Let me show you guys a close-up. There's 10 minutes left on the timer, but what I want to do is pull that pie shield off so that the pie does actually get a little bit of the brown crust. I don't really want to open the door, so I'm going to see if maybe I can stick my tweezers in and grab it. Got it. So we'll let that finish cooking for the last 10 minutes. Better go start the tea. I think it's almost done. You want to come see it, Wes? This is kind of precarious.
Ooh, it's bubbling. Did you get a footage of that? Oh my goodness.
It looks like pie.
Yeah, it looks like pie.
It's actually bubbling.
Yeah.
Look through here.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, that looks so nice. Even the lighting is so nice. It's like beauty light for pie.
I gotta get my mittens on.
Are you serious?
Boop. This door has a lip on it that's holding the tray up, so when we pull it, it's gonna fall forward. Do you want to open the door, or do you want to be the one that catches the thing?
Well, if I'm catching a hot thing, I'd rather have, you know...
One of these?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's perfectly done, I'd say, right? Little tiny brown.
I think it looks delicious.
That is pie.
Here it is. Perfectly cooked. We're gonna let this cool for maybe 15 minutes, and then we shall feast.
What a feast it shall be.
We cooled it for about 30 minutes. I think we're ready to eat it. I don't know how big of a slice you want. I know you don't want to eat too much.
I haven't had lunch yet.
All right, well, I got my knife.
Can I test it?
On what?
Magnet. It's aluminum.
It is?
Yeah, it's a non-ferrous metal, so...
All right.
Ooh.
How far back is your heart?
Oh, would it go far enough? Probably. Yeah, that would be a kill shot.
No one would ever know what the murder weapon was. I'd flush it down the toilet. All right. Here goes nothing. This knife is not very sharp. You might need to sharpen it.
I could have sharpened it.
Yeah. This one's yours.
Oh, I get the first one?
Yep. My little pie piece. Wait, I gotta put my lemon in my tea first.
Oh. Can we get a drop? Yes!
You did it! Tastes like
Yeah.
a mini version of pie.
Oh, man. Yeah.
Can you believe we were eating a whole pie today? Got that nice firm filling. Cheers.
That's a total success.
So it was in here for a total of almost an hour to get that to cook. So quite a long process for a tiny pie. So what do you want to make next on here?
Pizza.
That would be really fun. A little
Low
mini
temp.
I wonder if a Lunchables pizza would cook in here.
Oh, you just want to buy Lunchables and just throw it in?
Why not?
I mean, that would work, but...
And then you can send your kids to school with an easy bake oven and Lunchables.
Oh yeah, it'll fit in the backpack. They can find an outlet.
Is there anything that you guys want me to bake in here? Any ideas? Maybe some chocolate chip cookies?
That's a good idea.
So cute, little mini cookies. The chip would be bigger than the cookie.
Oh yeah, we could just put little individual
Yeah.
tiny cookies.
I could make Christmas cookies like in actual. Oh, we could 3D print tiny little cookie cutters.
Yeah.
But for now, this is it. I'm more hungry than I started, so I think it's time to go get some food. But I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll catch you guys later.
You gotta do the pinky.
I already drank all mine though.